Hello, Bill Molyneux here, and this is turn 2 of the Battle of Antietam using Donald Featherstone's rules from the 1966 1970s rule book. And I already went over the rules in turn 1. So we're going to start turn 2. So let's roll the die. So red is Confederate, the bluish black die is our Yankees. And high die goes first, but so the Confederates are moving first. So again, it's move, shoot, simultaneous, lay figures down, then remove them. 2 pages of rules. Infantry pretty much move 12, 3 inches across the fence, and half movement through rough ground. So Confederates are moving. Well, let's pause our camera. So we have this Confederate unit that's going to move up to this wall here. So we're talking about Donald Featherstone. Daniel Boris, he lives in Canada. He has a website of all the Donald Featherstone, well, a lot of Donald Featherstone's figures. And he has them displayed, and you can see them. And if you also go on Howard Whitehouse's Facebook site, A Gentleman's War, Daniel is on there too. So for our Confederates movement, really don't want to do a lot, but let's go over to the other side. We have a unit that was in the open. So here we are, this unit here, I want to get into some cover. So we're going to move our officer there. We're going to drop this unit back, so they have the benefit of the stone wall. And this unit here advances right up to the wall. And then I'm going to take this unit and drop this unit back. So I got the protection of the wall all across my line. The previous turn I had a unit, and I'm just putting little gaps just to show my different units. So I'm pretty happy with my Confederates here. I think I'm going to drop that unit, those 2 10-man units back, but for now I'm going to leave them up. Well, I'm going to say the Confederates are done, so let's move our Yankees, and we'll move our camera. So as the Yankee player, you know, I'm flip-flopping from side to side. I think for the we're going to do a charge here. So the Yankees' turn to move. Confederates are all done. So all we do is roll a d6, and we got to roll 4, 5, or 6. The unit's not below half strength. They're going to lose 3 inches for going over that wall. No problem. So the Zouaves are a lead anyhows. They're targets here. So they're coming in. Now, if these figures are still there after the firing phase, we'll do a hand-to-hand combat. And then we'll have this unit here charge, but they won't make it because of the loss of the crossing the wall. And the Donald rules have no bonus for charging. So the Iron Brigade unit advances to this position here. Big 54mm figures. And then this unit comes up to here, and I'm going to have to move now more than 50% of this unit's under cover of a stone wall. So I would say, for my own playability, if I had people over here, that we would give the whole unit the cover bonus. And every wargaming group and people have different rules, and so we gotta move our camera. Let's see what else is going on here. So this unit is this was a Zouave unit that broke, but on the chart they only had to fall back 12 inches and then they instantly rallied. Now we bring a leader up, and as you can see, I'm not being precise with the movement. One thing is, I don't want you all to get extra bored, for whoever is watching these. And the other thing is this is supposed to be a fun game of not being super detailed. Now, let's see where our camera is showing our advance again here. And I'm just going to keep pushing this flank. I lose 3 inches for the wall, so I'm at 9 inches. So our Yankees are advancing. Turn 2 of Antietam in 54 millimeter. And then this unit's coming all the way up to here. And I might have to move the camera for you to see this maneuver. And I'm sure this is under 12. So next turn, we have a little Bonnie Blue flag music going. Let's see what the camera's showing. So that's where our Yankees are. So now we're at the cornfield. And I'm going to have to reach across the camera. And as everyone knows, my YouTube videos are nothing fancy. I hope Jack over in Arizona is enjoying this. So we're going to advance in the cornfield. Normally rough terrain is half movement of 6, but I'm thinking that we're going to go 9 instead of 12. We have our leader out here, and this is our first 10-man unit in the cornfield. And of course, this unit's right behind them. And I'm gonna, now I gotta go on the other side of the table. I think I'll leave the camera where it's at, and we'll just move those few units. And we're going out here. And this unit makes it to this fence. So they have cover here. So we got cover. And in here. Alright, we're going to move the camera. I'm going to have to reach across the camera. And lose 3.5. So this whole wooded area is a real pain. And for right now, I'm going to have to pause the camera to move these. And then I'll start it up again to show you where I'm at. Alright, well, we moved this unit up here and here. And that unit that was way over in that area that retreated back is moved up to there. So, pretty happy with all this movement. I think we're going to pause the camera and start on the other side for our firing phase. Well, our Confederates moved first. We're going to have them fire first. I'll try to remember to fire everything. I'm all alone, so we have taken casualties. So you gotta remember it's 1d6 per figure, 5 per gun. The guns always roll 5 dice. However, if you get down to 2 figures for the gun crew, they fire every other turn. Sword in the Flame rules, as you lose figures for a cannon or machine gun, they lose their fire ability. But in this rule system, they continually roll 5 dice till they're down to 2 figures. So we're going to start off with this Confederate unit here. 2, 4, 6, 8 dice. They've taken some casualties. And put the old dice box down. And of course, this unit here has cover. So first of all, we're under 12 inches. Got to roll 4, 5, or 6 to hit. Which the Confederates did quite well. They got 5 hits out of 8. Now we're rolling, well, that's pretty heavy stone wall cover, more of the unit, so they need 6s. Only one kill. So they lost 1. They're going to be in the open. 2, 4, 6, 8. And they need 4, 5, or 6s. They didn't roll very good. Only 3 hits out of 8. Now to kill, we need 4, 5, or 6s. And now, when they rolled their morale to charge, I messed up. I'm a bad game master. I forgot to check their morale. And a 2 plus 1, 3, 4, they're fine. But a unit that's being charged has to roll to see if they hold. And they did. So, no big deal. Easily resolved. Let's see where else we're at. So we have this unit's firing down the road. More than half of the units in the open. And they're, so that's a 10-man unit firing at over 13 inches, 5 or 6s to hit. They got 3 hits and 4, 5, or 6s to cause death. And they lost 2. And a morale marker. So we checked the leaders at the end. So that's it for there. We're going to fire our gun battery, but we'll move our camera. So our gun battery, and I don't know if you can tell, but this is actually about a 6-inch hill rise. And I'm not an expert on Antietam, but I've got 3 big regiments coming through that cornfield. They're halfway through it. The battery's up on the hill. So someone can leave a message, but I'm going to have this battery open up on the cornfield. So 3 12-pound Napoleons. We got a range of about 30. Gotta check the break point here. Just a little outside of 36. So we're going to hit that cornfield with a 3-gun battery and that one gun there. We need 6s. Well, we got 2 hits so far, and we have 4 total guns firing. We have 4 potential hits. I'm going to say corn does not give any protection, and we lost 4 figures here. And a morale check. And we'll be checking the leader later. So that was the 3 these 3 guns on the hill and this gun here. So let's go to the other side of the table. And we'll move our camera. Alright, well this gun battery didn't fire the last turn. I screwed up. Of course, his 12-pounder and the gun crew, Jack Brendel, and he painted that for me. But we're on a rise so we can see over the heads of those Confederates. I don't think in the world of YouTube you can tell I have hills as well. There is no flank bonus in these rules. So we're going to open up with our 12-pounder. This is a mixed battery. And of course, if you don't know this, I'm sure anyone watching this does, but the Confederates would sometimes have their batteries mixed. A smoothbore with a rifled gun. And that's what we have here. And at this range, in the cornfield, because we're gonna, at this point, so we're at the 12-pounder's hitting on 5 or 6s. And it has 2 hits. And the rifled gun has 3 hits for a total of 5 hits. And wow. So in that cornfield, I'm going to go take out 5 casualties. And that happened here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right through here. So the cornfield is pretty rough. Let's see, we have our West Woods fight here. Let's get that resolved with the infantry. We have 10 Confederates here. Firing into here. I'm going to say they're need 5 and 6s. They got 4 hits. And then light cover caused 1 hit here. There we go. Now, we have this unit here firing close range, and now they do have a fence. The Confederates don't have a fence. Let's see what happens. We've got 3 hits and 5 or 6s. So from here to here, the Yankees lost 2. And a morale check. We're going to have that unit fire into the cornfield. Now, it's interesting, this cornfield seems to be turning into a killing zone. And we got 6 hits, even at long range, but only 2 kills. So, 3 kills there. Now, when one of my units is down to 2 figures, I just lay them all down. A 2-figure unit is it's no longer functional. It's gone. So between the artillery and rifle musket fire, we've already lost 1 of the 4 units. The other one, that cornfield is just turning into a slaughter fest. So, and we haven't even tested for the officers. I believe our Confederate fire is pretty well done. I have a long-range shot from a unit here. And I gotta move the camera for you. So let's do this long-range firing. I think they're in range. Yes, they are. We definitely see at this point. I think you see them marching through. They need 6s to hit. and no effect. So right now that completes the Confederate fire phase, and this time I think I fired everything across the board. So let's switch it over and have the Yankees fire back. Well, as a Yankee player, I want this battery to fire, and we're going to try to put some hits on the Confederates on the fence rail, and I'll show you that here in a sec. So we're going to have that battery try to chop up something here. So it's 3 guns, 15 dice. They're rifled guns. They need 5 and 6s. And we got 5 hits. Now, they're on a fence, so out of 5 hits, we only they suffered 2. So the Yankee guns aren't hitting as well as the Confederate guns. Alright, let's change our camera angle. Okay, well, this unit here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, we count that dead figure, and we're at close range, so 4, 5, or 6s. We've got 3 hits. Stone wall, though, no effect. The Zouaves get the fire going in. 2, 4, 6, 7. And they need 4, 5, or 6s, which is good. They scored 5 hits. However, because of that stone wall, it's considered heavy cover. They didn't cause any damage. So that's there. This unit here, this unit here has a couple figures that are out of line, but these are Donald Featherstone rules. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to go ahead and roll them all with 5 or 6s needing to hit, and then 6s to cause damage. They didn't do anything anyhow. Now the cornfield guys, so our units in the cornfield right here, pretty much got hit on the right flank and also by artillery. So we really have no shooting there. So we're going to move the camera and go to the other side of the table. All right. Well, I hope everyone's enjoying this. If not, that's okay too. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. That unit firing, and we got 5 good hits. And they're in the open. So we lost 2 Confederates here. And a morale marker. We got a unit there. They're going to need 6s to hit. And we've got to count them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They scored a lot of hits, a lot of 6s. However, with the fence and all, this unit lost 1 figure. So in the Donald Featherstone rules, you got to get in that 12-inch range where you're hitting on 4, 5, or 6s. Otherwise, you need a 6 to hit, another 6 if they're in hard cover. Well, right now, the only thing I have left for the Yankees to fire is that gun battery. So, they're rifled guns. Let's see what our range is. Alright, well, everyone out there that's a miniature war gamer, everyone has different rules on what you can and can't do. can you pre-measure? Some rules let you, some don't. Donald doesn't really have that in this one chapter. He does in some other books. So we're going to fire that gun battery right here. They're at maximum range, so we're going to need 6s. Let's see what happens. We got 3 good hits. And we got a hit. Well, 2 10-pounder parrots scored a hit. All right, well, we moved over here. Turn 1, we had no hand-to-hand combat, but turn 2, we have this one. Our Confederates suffered no losses, so they don't have to roll a test again. But our Zouaves did take 1 casualty going in, so we have to test their morale. And again, like before, we're going to roll on the chart, hopefully a 4, 5, or a 6. So, we rolled a 3. Now on a 3, and just for those of you that like rules, we're elite plus 1 makes us a 4, and we're not below half strength. We have 5 figures or more. So we're a 4, the unit fights on or charge. So they're going in. Now, this is our first melee with the rules. 5 or a 6, there's no, you just, every 5 or 6 kills. -1 if the attacker, if the defender has cover. So, let's do our Zouaves first. This figure is dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I need 5 or 6s to hit. Stone wall, so it becomes a 6. And look at that. So those Zouaves failed to do anything. 2, 4, 6, 8. We have 8 Confederates. And we have 8 Confederates, and they need 5 or 6s. Holy cow. So those Zouaves lost 4 figures charging that stone wall. But 4 figures reduces the entire unit to 2, and in the rules, once a 10-man unit's at 2 figures, it's eradicated. So the Confederates hold here, and really this would be considered like the sunken road. So it's time for morale checks. I don't know if I should punish all of you that are watching this, but let's do a morale check here. Oh, this leader has to be checked. Get that out of the way. I rolled a 6, which removes the leader. Morale check there is fine. And this is an elite unit here. So, and they rolled a 6, so they're loving life. The cornfield, check our leader here. He's fine, so now our cornfield here, he rolled fine, but we rolled a 1. Now I got a leader that makes it a 2. So it runs away a full move. Need to check with the backs to the enemy. So 12 inches back, we're backs to the enemy. Now this is the bad part, is they keep a red. So when they move again, they have to test. And if they fail again, they are gone. Now there is no test here for that unit, because in Donald Featherstone rules, there's no cascading effect. So we got all the morale checks done here. Let's go over to the other side. Alright, we moved the camera. We have this unit here. They do have a leader. We've taken losses. Let's see if he's still alive. He's fine. And the morale check The morale check for this unit was fine. Okay, this will be interesting. We have morale checks. We have to see if that leader has been hit. He has not. This unit's first. It's got a leader within 12 in cover. It rolls a 4, becomes a 6. It's great. This unit took 1 figure. It's got cover and it's got a leader. No issues. And then we have a unit over here. Let's see how they do. They rolled a 1. They got a leader. Leader's fine. They rolled it, becomes a 2, a 3. This unit falls back. Let's move our camera. So this unit here falls back. And they're going to take up position here. Now, they roll the fall back, facing the enemy and not having to test morale again. So they rally there. This leader needs to see if he's been hit. He is not. And we got a +1, an offense +2, becomes a 4. They're fine. So, let's pause the camera. This completes turn 2. All morale checks are done. I got to pick up a couple red pipe cleaners here and there. This one remains. They have to test morale again, and if they fail, they are gone. So our attack here along the sunken road area has stalled. The idea was to break that flank. The cornfield has become just a death zone. I don't see how the Yankees are going to punch through that. I think the big idea is to try to overwhelm this flank here. Now the Yankees get 2 more 10, basically 80 more figures yet on turn 3. So we'll see if that helps. And coming along on this side, the Confederates are holding well, and the attacks here have totally stalled. So the attack up the center has been disastrous. The flank has failed, and we got 8 more Yankee units, though. They'll be coming on in another turn 3 and 5. Well, that completes turn 2 of Antietam in 54mm scale. Hopefully people enjoy this video. Nottingham Miniature Wargaming Facebook site. Nottingham, Maryland here. So I'm going to close this out at 33 minutes. Turn 1 was just about the same amount of time. Stay safe, be kind, be courteous. Order your 54mm figures from Mr. John at the Gettysburg Miniature Shop on Steinway Avenue in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Hey, thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up or a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Who do you think's going to win?